Hello and welcome to another edition of WMRT today. I'm Hannah White and I'm joining you live from Marseille and Match Race France, where we have just concluded day 3 of this amazingly exciting event so far. Today we started off with one flight left in the qualifying rounds. We managed to get through that, get all the way through the quarterfinals and into the semi-finals. It's been a massive day. The race committee have done a fantastic job of getting through it. But first of all today I'm going to recap a little bit on some of the results. First of all, we had the final round of the qualifying rounds, the final flight of the qualifying rounds, which decided those 8 skippers that were going through to the quarterfinals. As you can see, you've probably got a quarterfinals leaderboard on your screen right now. Some big surprises. Ian Williams didn't make it through. He had to win against Bjorn Hansen in that final flight of the qualifying rounds and he didn't make it through. At the other end of the leaderboard, Torvar Mirsky did a fantastic job and ended up on top of that leaderboard, so going through as top rated skipper into the quarterfinals. Torvar then went on to pick his skipper, which was Alvaro Marino, for the quarterfinals. Torvar did a fantastic job of whipping through those quarterfinals in 3 straight matches and won all of them. Second place Damien Eel opted for Peter Gilmore to race against in the quarterfinals and won the first 2. Peter then clawed one back and they ended their quarterfinals 3-1. That left Bertrand Passé, who chose fellow Frenchman Pierre-Antoine Morvan, and again a 3-1 win for Passé. That just left Jesper Radek to race against Francesco Bruni, and Jesper dominated all the way through, again winning straight 3-0 in that quarterfinals. So the semi-finals came and we had the 4 top skippers going into that. You can probably see the semi-finals now. We managed to get 2 flights in those semi-finals and all 4 skippers ended up on 1 win. First of all today we're going to talk to the man of the moment. He was top in the qualifying rounds. He stormed his way through the quarterfinals and he's now 1-1 in the semis. Torvar, thank you so much for joining us. I know you had a bit of a bang to the head towards the end of the day. You guys are on fire.
Thanks, Hannah. Yeah, we had a great day today. It feels like our team's really coming together well, and just great to get through the quarterfinals, which is always the nervous part of the regatta.
And looking ahead to tomorrow, you're 1-1. Anything that you learned today that you're going to take forward? It was a very tricky day out there. The breeze was up and down and all over the place.
Yeah, Bertrand did a great job, and we're having some tight races. We're 1-1 in the semis. The wind changed to a land breeze from the mountains, and it's just been really tricky here. So, just going to have to keep our wits about us and make sure we make the most of the opportunities we got, and keep sailing fast. And I think Bertrand being a little bit older, we'd like to think us young guys have got something physical over him. So, that's our plan for tomorrow.
Of course, he does have the advantage of being local. He's a Frenchman. How much do you think that helps him?
Yeah, absolutely. The French are clearly strong here at this regatta with Damien and Bertrand in the semi-finals. So we're very wary, and we know that Bertrand is a famously good sailor. So we're going to make sure we have to be on top of our game if we want to take him down.
Okay, Torvar, thanks very much. Good luck to tomorrow. I've just seen that Rachel, our production manager, has managed to grab the other hot shot out on the water today. Jesper Radek just dragged you off the boat. Thanks so much for joining us. You guys as well, having a fantastic time.
Oh, very much. It was a really good day. We had a tough opponent in the quarterfinal. Francesco Bruni, skipper of Mascalzone Latino. Amazing sailor. Done a lot of America's Cup sailing, knows the match race game inside out, and for us it was. It was all about just lifting the game as high as we could. The good thing was we were able to do it. It's a completely new team for me and for us sailing together. We did one practice day 3 months ago, and so we had. We could see early in this regatta we were struggling a little bit, but we were able to get the game going, and really great sailing today.
It's absolutely fantastic, and you guys did a few events last year and you made some real cameo performances but had some really good results, and you really seem to be back on that form here, off the mark straight away. It's fantastic to see it.
That's very nice. I have to say I was starting to get a little shaky on that first day when we made 2 points and got 4 losses, because I was just thinking, is this the right thing to do, to go back in to try to win the World Championship? But we lifted our level on day 2, and now on day 3 we're actually pretty close to where we think we should be. I think we still got some more left to go. I mean, it was only sailed 4 days together, so I'm very happy where we are heading right now.
Well, you seem to be very much in the zone, all you and your team, very focused. So, we could easily see you in the final if you have a good day tomorrow. So, very best of luck.
Thanks a lot.
Right, now I was lucky enough to be out on the water earlier and had a fantastic time. I was on one particular race with Peter Gilmore and we had a bit of an altercation with Damien Eel. Peter Gilmore and Damien Eel. Now I have managed to convince Chief Umpire here to come in and join us and talk us through that incident. But before we talk to him, we're just going to watch the clip back.
Yale has no rights to luff it.
Alfredo.
Yale needs to get the overlap established and start lapping well before the mark, because if they want to get inside 3 lengths, it's Gilmore has the right to round inside. Two lengths, sorry, that's the fleet racing rule. Just checking my wheels and bars a bit. Jib's going up.
Lots of action and lots of talking on these 2 boats now. Damien Eel only 3 or 4 metres away from us now, just down to Lou.
So he has got it past the mark. Yep. Yale obviously established the overlap, or felt he had, and Gilmore very, very unhappy about it.
Oh, and there's a crash from Damien Eel. Damien Eel has hit Peter Gilmore. As we go around the mark, there's a lot of shouting, there's a lot of whistle blowing.
Yellow penalty, change of course.
Double yellow flag for Peter Gilmore. Double yellow flag for Peter Gilmore.
Wow. So that was huge. Gilmore obviously, the umpires judging that Yale actually had got the overlap and had the right to force Gilmore away from the mark. And Gilmore didn't believe he did. Came down too hard on Yale, made it too difficult for Yale to get around the mark. Fouled him because in that incident, and then took the lead because of it, which turned into a red penalty. So he has to do it straight away and hand the lead back to Damien Yale. So that is really the whole deal right there, I think, for this race. I'd be very surprised to see Peter Gilmore come back from that.
As you can see from that clip, a very, very exciting incident there on board with Peter Gilmore. I was right in the middle of it, and I have to say it was one of the most amazing mark roundings I've ever witnessed. Alfredo, I believe you were the umpire on that race. Just talk us through it from your point of view as an umpire.
First of all, the umpire were to me and my colleague Tina Ortendal. And we just managed that the boats were outside the zone. And Peter decided to jibe, and in accordance with the rule we need to give him 2 penalties. Obviously Peter was not happy, but this is normal. I really like umpire him because he's I'm Italian, and he put a lot of passion in his racing. At the end obviously he disagree with our decision, but this is a part of a game. So we umpire and we decide on what we saw on the water, and they saw other things, but fair enough. That's okay.
Now, one thing that Peter said to me was that he thought the double flag was unfair and that perhaps you should have awarded him a red flag. Now, a double flag, just talk us through the difference between 2 flags and a red flag.
No, red flag means that a boat break a rule gaining a controlling position. Double flag means that a boat deliberate break a rule. And with this jibe, is definitely break a rule because he want to go to an inside overlap. Instead, if he believed that was inside the zone, he need just to keep it clear and fly the flag. And the umpire are there in good position to decide and maybe give a red flag to the other competitor. That's all.
It's a very tricky job that you have out there on the water, and you have 2 umpires in each boat. One umpire takes one boat, one umpire takes the other boat, and you're role-playing what's happening on the water all the time.
We just describe all the situation, obviously in accordance with the rules, and so one boat is always in right, and the other is obliged to keep it clear. And sometimes, especially in this condition, the situation change quickly, so you must be able to decide quickly, and we are trained enough to manage this situation. That's all.
You're at the end of quite a lot of aggression and pent-up aggravation and things like that, and generally the umpires are the first people to get it. How do you deal with that?
Just more they push and more I like it, because I think I work pretty well when I'm attacked. It's a kind of a challenge. Obviously I don't feel like a challenge. I just do my job, but when they push, they try to to convince that maybe the penalty is for the other. I just enjoy, because I feel like on board. This is the closest way for a judge to leave the sailboards. That's all.
Well, absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much, Alfredo, and all the sailors obviously couldn't be here without you and your umpire team, so very well done. As you can see, it's been a really, really exciting day out here on the water today. Please join us again tomorrow. I'll be back from 8:45 for the This Morning show, the breakfast show with me. We'll then be back live from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, that's Central European time, for live coverage with myself, Craig Mitchell, Mark Chisnell. We'll be bringing you all the action from the end of the semi-finals and the finals. Will it be Jesper? Will it be Torvar? Will it be the other two? Who knows? Join us then. Thanks very much.